Alright, hello everybody. This is Brando McWillie again, doing another quick gun review. And I want to do this review simply because I think this particular firearm may be on the chopping block, in the sense that I may trade this away. And I'll give you some reasons why, and hopefully a different perspective on this particular firearm. So, this one right here happens to be the North American Arms mini revolver, and this happens to be the .22 Magnum, and this is the longer barrel version of that. And I don't think it really helps with a .22 Magnum. I don't think you get the powder burn off like you need. By the way, this is loaded, and I'm going to unload it, and probably unload it for good, and give you some reasons why I'm thinking about getting rid of this one. As far as what comes in this, a little holster came with it. I used it, and I tried it a couple times. I don't really like it. I prefer pocket carry, so I bought this holster here, which fits very nicely, and it fills up the entire pocket. Inside the case, let's see if I can open it real quick. Really nothing in here except for the warranty stuff. There's a lock in there, and so forth. So, my perspective of this is a pocket revolver. The cool thing about this is that it weighs absolutely nothing. Even loaded, it doesn't weigh anything. I kind of got into revolvers, watching some westerns, and then ended up buying this because I thought it really looked cool, and I still think that's the case. However, the firepower that I would like to see in that same size package, you know, what I'm thinking about getting instead of this is the Kel-Tec P3AT, which is the 380. I've owned the LCP before, and you know, as far as size-wise in the pocket, like with the DeSantis holster, you know, it's really about the same. Because once you put this holster in there together with the firearm, you know, it is almost the same profile picture with this big old knob right here in your pocket and so forth as one of the Kel-Tecs or the LCP. I guess for that matter, you now have the Taurus, you have Diamondback, you got the Car, so many ones that are that size, even the other North American Arms guns. Now this is very light, but it's still probably about the same weight as the P3AT. I've never measured it, but you know, just in kind of comparison to what I had with the LCP, it's about the same weight. So many of you have probably seen this already, but to unload this, you press this pin and take this pin out. You kind of half cock a little bit, and there pops out your cylinder. And I can get all these rounds out, and you're supposed to use this pin here to do that. Now, I've bought this. It's a nice round comparison for the .22 Magnum there. I bought this simply because I wanted a reliable pocket gun. And you always hear stories about the Kel-Tecs or the LCP being very ammo specific or ammo finicky. Well, that may be the case, and sometimes I think they're pretty reliable. This one, I thought, well, heck, if I got a revolver, you know, revolvers are the ultimate reliable firearm. Well, not with rimfire. Rimfire, I have found many failures to fire, even when the firing pin is struck, and the indentation is done on the actual round. So, I mean, those rounds would still fire eventually if I turn them around in the cylinder, like so. Say the indentation is here. Okay, oops, sorry. Say the indentation is here, and then I would just basically take this round out, if I can, and then basically just turn it, you know, a little bit so the firing pin or the hammer strikes a different area of the casing. So that's kind of what I would do. So it would eventually fire, but it wasn't extremely reliable coming out the pocket. So what I would do is, when I would draw this out of the pocket, when I would practice, is I would, as I pulled, I would go ahead and cock it, you know, out of the holster. So here's the holster here. I would pull it and cock it at the same time and present. So that's kind of how I practice with it. You know, it's actually fairly accurate. Now, like I said, this is the 22 Magnum version with a little bit longer barrel. I forget exactly the size of the barrel, and it doesn't really tell me on the box. But so that's kind of the reasons why I'm getting rid of it. I kind of like the Kel-Tecs and the LCPs, and that I didn't really care for the LCP so much. I had never owned the Kel-Tec P3AT. Heard lots of good things, of course, about it, so I'm thinking about picking that up instead of this one. There's a couple of things I have that are on the chopping block, and I think this may be one of them. I really don't feel the need to keep this for nostalgia's sake. These are fairly inexpensive. You can buy these used for about $150 to $200. Then you can buy them new for about $200. So I think I paid less than that for this. So they're really cool if you like the revolver type. I do, so that's why I bought it, and now I decided basically to get rid of it. The safety feature on this, really, you don't really see one, of course, because there's no trigger guard, is this half notch on the barrel. And these little notches here, I don't know if you can see them, I know there's other good videos about it, will let you drop that hammer right there on that notch, and that way it's in a half position, and you can actually kind of look and see that the cylinders are kind of an opposite, where you have your actual cylinder for firing down here, and then there's a gap between here. So now, the cylinder is not turning, and it's in a safe position, and I can put it in my pocket all day long. The only advantage that I can see using this over the auto is that you can buy the grip that has like the knife attachment. It looks like a knife. As you slip it into your pocket, it has like a little clip here, and you don't need a holster. And that's the cool thing about this being single action. I thought that it is pocket safe. I'm not worried about it going off unless I actually cock that hammer. So it's just a step that I have to do in order to make it work. So with that being said, like I said, this is probably on the chopping block. I'll probably put this up for trade, and probably look at getting rid of it. Only because there's a lot better choices out there. I think the Kel-Tec with a 380 is going to be a lot better than the 22 Magnum. My wound channel, I think, is going to be a little bit better with the 380. I've seen Tennessee Outdoors 9 doing some 380 ammo tests recently over the past few days, and interestingly enough, he's done the gold dots, he's done the PDX, he's done Hornady. And the Hornady and the gold dot seem to be superior. The PDX Winchesters are filling with denim and are not expanding. So it looks like if I get a Kel-Tec P3AT, then I will be arming myself with either the Hornady or the gold dots. I really like gold dots. I've always liked them. I carry gold dots as well in my other 9mm guns that I have. And I'm kind of a Hornady fan too. You've seen my reloading bench, and you know that I have Hornady dies, all over the place. These are my 9mm dies. So hopefully this is a different perspective. I mean, everybody always does a review and they say a lot of good things about it. And I'm not saying anything bad about North American Arms. I think it's awesome. I really do like it. It's just for my particular application. I don't need 2 pocket pistols, so this one may be on the block to get rid of. So hopefully this is a different perspective, and as always, please comment. I'm going to be trying to post a lot more videos and hopefully give you guys some ideas from a different point of view than what else you see on YouTube. So thanks a lot.